welcome back to my channel, Witchy by Nature. Today we are talking about what is and what is not witchcraft. You can't really define witchcraft anymore these days because, I don't know, everything just, when you go online, you literally see everyone talk about their version of witchcraft and what it means to them, even though sometimes they say it is this way, has to be this way, it is only this, and nothing else is witchcraft. Or these are the rules of witchcraft and you have to go by them. That's not exactly how this goes. Witchcraft is very fluid. It is not bound by rules. I mean, it is bound by rules, but not the rules you think it is. Disclaimer. I guess I already did my disclaimer, but we'll do a definite disclaimer. I'm also reading off of my phone. I have a outline of what I want to talk about, and this might take a little bit. We're doing this as a test run, sort of, so we will see. So, disclaimer. Witchcraft is not a defined, yes, this is witchcraft, and no, this is not witchcraft. It's more of a gray area. It's not hard to find like most people think it is. It is something that we can't really pin down. I really don't know how to explain it. Like, it's so hard to define. Like, it can be defined through culture as well. And culture can be so many different things. Culture can be like your neighborhood, your state, your country, or the culture could be even just in your family, like your mother and father, your brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles. That can be culture too. But yeah, no one will share my definition of witchcraft. I mean, you might, but it's not 100% that you will share the same definition I have for witchcraft. I don't know if I'll be able to do what is witchcraft as a list, because it could be anything. Hell, even the ones I have on my what isn't witchcraft list could be on someone's yes it is witchcraft list. Everyone's different. I'm just going to say it. Everyone is different. Everyone has a different definition. Anyway, let's go on. Let's keep going. I will go on a more of a tangent later. This will probably be a very long video, and I am sorry in advance. Anyway, what it isn't to me, it is not a religion. It could be a spirituality to a lot of people. For me, I guess to me, by definition, yes, it would be a spirituality somewhat to me, but it is more of a daily practice through folk crafts, like hanging up wards or talking to my spirits. I want to say spirit guides, but I don't know if I would count my ancestors and my goddess as spirit guides. They're just there to help me. I mean, sure, I guess you could call them spirit guides, but to me, witchcraft is not a spirituality. It's not a religion. Like I just said, it's not a religion, but it can be part of a religion. Most cultures, and when I say most, I mean probably 95% from what I have read, either talks about witchcraft or has witchcraft-esque things in it. Like having wards, talking to spirits, protection, hexing, cursing, luck-based stuff. And in those cultures, it can be a hard / soft to find as what it is. There's usually a good side and a bad side, and sometimes it does mix. It just depends on like how people view that person who is doing the witchcraft. Person you went to for the good things like protection of your cattle or protection of your home, your family, and stuff like that, there were also the other side, which they actually did call witches sometimes, and witch has always been considered a negative term as bad, as like, you know, the bad person, the poisoner, the... Hell, there was even, like, someone who stole butter in, like, I can't remember what it was, but there was, like, a butter witch that stole butter when butter became an, part of the economic growth of a society. I can't remember which one it was, but they would go to, like, the good ones and have protections put on the butter, so the butter witches didn't steal their butter for the season. And it is so weird. So crazy. It just depends on who you go to. You could be considered good or you could be considered bad. And even sometimes, like I said, they could even be like mixed together in a gray area. What isn't witchcraft? Number 2, Wicca. Wicca is a religion that practices also witchcraft, which is part of their culture. But witchcraft and Wicca are 2 separate things if you want it to be. Because Wicca is a religion, from the first one. It's a religion, but then there is witchcraft by itself. It doesn't have to be part of a religion. It doesn't have to be part of a spirituality. Hell, you can be atheist and a witch. So you don't have to be spiritual. You don't have to believe in gods. You don't have to believe in spirits. You don't have to believe in anything, really, and still practice it. I guess what I'm trying to get through to you is that you don't have to believe in the mystical, magical part to actually practice it. And with the Wicca thing, not every witch is a Wiccan. Please stop. Please, I see this all the time on social media. I'm on Facebook. I'm not going to put out my Facebook handle, whatever. I'm not doing that. But please, for the love of fucking Hecate, stop saying threefold law, karma this, karma that. No one fucking cares. Stop it. Please. I am so sick and tired of Wiccans or people who get the threefold law and the reed and all that mixed together with witchcraft and then start pushing it onto other witches who don't believe that. Stop it. Alright, I'm going to stop right there before I go on a long ramble, because I know I am. It is a craft. It is a craft, like a hobby almost, but not really a hobby. Some people, it's like a lifelong thing that you do sometimes, and some people will pick it up and then drop it off and be like, oh, I did this for a while and it was great or it was bad. Not everyone is going to like being a witch. Not everyone is going to stay a witch. It is a craft that you practice every single day. I mean, you don't have to practice it every single day. I don't practice it every single day because my life is hectic. And, I mean, you see all of this behind me, my altars, and then my altar, my ancestor altar here, and my goddess Hecate altar right here. I don't give them offerings every day. And I'm going off topic, but I'm just wanting to remind you, you don't have to do it every day. You don't have to do it every day. There's a lot of witches and a lot of pagans, actually, that do say practice every day. But practice does not mean you have to do a spell every day. Yes, like you could do like a little tea and like swirl your tea around clockwise to bring in prosperity and luck and whatever else you want, or counterclockwise to banish negativity, to banish bad thoughts, to banish anything you don't want in your day. But it doesn't have to be elaborate. You can leave the elaborate stuff on the more, I guess, important days like full moon, the new moon, astrological dates. You don't have to do a ritual, a huge ritual with candles and incense and oils and all this stuff every fucking day. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Sorry, I know I keep repeating myself. It's just so hard. I've been wanting to get this shit out of my head for like so long, and it's so weird to talk to a camera, but at the same time I feel like I am talking to you guys. Like, please stop. It's going to take you a while to get out of that mindset, especially if you were religious, very religious before, and you're trying to get out of that religious mindset of being like, I gotta do this every single day, or the gods, or the spirits, or the nymphs, or whatever, they're going to hate me, they're going to curse me. No. No, no, no. Stop thinking that. Religion isn't something you get better at. I mean, it can be, but for this video's sake, religion isn't something you can get better at. It is a craft that you do, and you work at, and you try and get better at it. Like, yeah, in religion you can, like, try and pray every day, or do a, what's it called, Lent? I don't remember what it's called. It's like something you give up for, like, a certain amount of days. You can do that in religion, but it's not like, oh, please, God, I need this, I'll do this, whatever. No. Craft is you get better at it, and you become more knowledgeable at what you are doing, what you are practicing, and your knowledge on it. It is not Satanism. This is a Christianized idea of witchcraft, or witches, that we all serve Satan or Lucifer, or like, or we eat babies and we're the old hag with the little wart on our nose, laughing and cackling like, ha 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 ha, I'm going to eat you, my pretties. No. There are, though, witches who do work with Satan and Lucifer and demons and all those other things, like jinn and whatever else your culture views as evil. Yes, there are those witches, but not all of us do that. Not all of us are Satan-loving witches. Except Satan is always the correct answer. Satan is the, what is it? Satan is the Facebook, it's a tag Facebook group, but it's like, once again, Satan is the better answer. Alright, this one's a very big pet peeve of mine. It says, you can only do it if ... This bothers me, because the one thing I have on here is, if you are female. You can only do it if you are female. Pisses me off. I have actually never seen anybody say this in a forum or said it to my face, but I have heard other people tell me this and said, someone has told me, since I am not female, I cannot practice witchcraft. And I'm like, that's not historically accurate, because yes, you can do that. There are plenty of male witches and well, I wanted to say warlocks, but warlock is like a bad term. It's like oathbreaker or whatever it is. It's a bad term in the witchcraft community. So never call yourself a warlock if you want to not get dogpiled by people. But there are a lot of male witches. Like I said in the beginning of this video, cunning men. Cunning men is a thing. Not everyone was a female. There were males too. There has been plenty of documentation, myths, and folklore that talk about men using magic. Like I just said. That you can only do it if you are sound of mind. I have actually seen this on like a Reddit post before or something. I can't remember. But I've also heard people talk about it like to me. Like actually to me, like, hey, you can't practice magic unless you are like sound of mind, like you're not suicidal or anything like that. And okay, like there is a difference. When I say sound of mind, I mean like you are like not going to kill yourself, but that you are sound of mind. This pisses me off. Because literally everyone has something wrong with them. Anxiety, depression, some kind of a medical issue, physical, non-physical, PTSD, Everyone has literally something wrong with them. Now, I would advise against trying to do magic while you're suicidal, or you're wanting to go on a murderous rampage. Yeah, pretty much you don't want your mind clouded. You can still take medicine, you can still take vitamins, you can still go to the doctor and practice magic, and practice witchcraft, and practice anything, really. You can even be a Buddhist and be on medication and vitamins and other things. You can have fucking cancer. You can have cancer and practice magically. It doesn't affect it. Your magic is not affected by worldly things. Or at least to me, it's not. To me, magic is affected by the micro and macrocosm. So anything you do while you're doing spellcraft is the microcosm that you are causing to the macrocosm, to the universe. Another thing, you must have a lineage in witchcraft. Wrong! You are fucking wrong, my friend. I literally come through a long line, both sides, of Christians. Obviously, as far as you get back into history, you will eventually get to being pagan again. Pagan is also a weird term because it used to mean like hill. It used to mean hill. From classical Latin, it means rural, rustic, and later on, civilian. It is a term first used in the 4th century by early Christians for people in the Roman Empire who practiced polytheism. Pagan meant that you were not a Christian and you still believed in the gods, and usually the people who usually believed in other gods in polytheism, they were on the outskirts of cities, meaning like hill person, or residing in the hills or something like that. I can't really remember. I really need to write these definitions down. I'm sorry. You are lucky if you can map out your lineage back to the burning times, which maybe I will make a video on the burning times because that really also pisses me off. That people, especially neo-pagans, are like, the burning times, oh no, the burning times, and whatever. They do realize, at least in the US, we never really burnt anyone. There was like a guy crushed. There was one guy crushed with rocks, and the others were hanged. So when you mean burning times, it's usually in like Europe. And even like, back then in the burning times, most of them, or at least from what we know, all of them were not witches. They did not practice witchcraft. These were poor people who were just falsely accused of witchcraft because someone wanted to had a thing against them, or there are such people that consider themselves hereditary witches, but that is only because they were brought up as witches. To me, if you were not told, your mother, father, grandparent, whoever raised you was like, I am a witch and I'm going to teach you witchcraft, that is a hereditary witch and something completely different. Anyone can be a witch. Well, I want to take that back. Not everyone can be a witch. But you do have the ability to possess magic. Everyone has the ability to possess magic, but not everyone is able to be a witch. Why do I say that? Because have you seen all the people who literally come from Christianity or a different religion, go do witchcraft for a little bit, and then exit back out and are like, oh, I practice with demons and stuff, it's evil, blah, 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 blah. It's those people that have made my mind up of not everyone can be a witch. This is considered gatekeeping. If you're like, you can only practice witchcraft if you come from a really long line of witches. And a lot of covens also do that, which pisses me off as well. And it's almost like the purebloods in Harry Potter. It is disgusting behavior. And it places people on pedestals of having witch blood, which is nonsensical and also pisses me off. As you can tell, everything on this list pisses me off. You can only do it if you believe in, like, love and light. The threefold thing. Apparently not all Wiccans believe in it, or something like that. I don't really remember, but you can only believe, like, in love and light, and doing only positive things, and blessings, and all that stuff. Not everyone believes in that. There's a lot of people, including myself, who have done curses. Well, not curses. I've done a hex or two before. Well, it was justified. I'm not going to go into that right now. But I believe that it's not love and light all the time. Witchcraft is not that. Witchcraft is definitely about protecting yourself, protecting your family, protecting whoever the fuck you want protected. And that even means sometimes throwing a jinx, a curse, or a hex to an abuser. Not because, like, not everyone's going to believe in just love and light. So, please stop assuming every witch just has to do love and light only. That's stupid. And also, because your ancestors, no matter how far back you go, have done it before. Either have gone to a witch to do a curse or a hex or a jinx or something like that to get the upper hand or get back at an abuser. Or they have done it themselves as a witch, or as a sorceress, or as a cunning woman, or as anything else that they have called themselves, or might not have called themselves. It's historical. We have cursed tablets in Greco-Roman eras. Whatever. There's cursed tablets. So you can't say, oh, our ancestors practiced love and light. No, they didn't. Stop lying. This is also considered spiritual bypassing. It was coined by the late psychologist John Wellwood in 1984. It is using witchcraft or spirituality to fix all your problems instead of dealing it head on like an adult, or soon to become an adult. So this whole love and light, only love and light, is pretty much spiritual bypassing. To me, it is. Because you are excluding the historical references and people who actually use and want to use the left-hand path stuff, like curses, jinxes, hexes, all that stuff, because you just want to be like, oh, I'll just pray or do a spell and be like, oh, I'll bless your life. Not everyone can be saved. I'm sorry. I have tried it before. Not a lot of people can be saved. It's just how the world works. And it sucks. It really does. But you can't save everybody. And it's using witchcraft to get what you want without growing and learning how to handle relationships and tasks. It is not like Harry Potter or any fantasy genre. We don't cast fireballs out of our hands. We don't automatically heal people with, like, healing waters from Atla, the last airbender. We don't do that stuff. That's not what witchcraft is. It's not instant. Sometimes it can be instant, but that just depends on what the universe wants to give you. It is also not like Charmed, not instant. And it's not like Sabrina whatsoever, especially the new show. Look, I love the new show. Trust me, I really do. But they get a lot of things wrong in Sabrina, especially about the pagans and some of the holidays that they explain. They don't really do a good job about all that. So, I don't know about that show. And it's definitely not like the Craft movie. Nothing like the Craft movie. You can't do stuff like in the Craft movie. It's not a fantasy. Witchcraft is not a fantasy, and it has historical. Witchcraft has always been in society. It has always been in history. It is not a fantasy. So, what can witchcraft be? It can change your life. And hopefully for the better. It could help to cut ties from abusive parents or any relationship, abusive parents, friends, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, grandparents, anybody. It can even help you open doors to better opportunities, like a better job, better housing, better relationships. It can help you get a better raise at work or a promotion at work or anything like that. Witchcraft, more so less, gives you a higher chance in what you're wanting. So say like you already have like a 10% chance, no, what is it? You have like 1,000,000 to 1 chance at the lottery. Now obviously a lot of witches are going to be like, don't do spells on the lottery because you're not going to get it. That is true, but it can help you raise your chances. By how much? You'll never know, because you can't exactly pinpoint down how much of a chance you will get. It can backfire on you. Spells can backfire. It is kind of like the monkey's paw. If you have ever read The Monkey's Paw, you know that the monkey's paw is like, you rub the monkey's paw and you ask for $10,000. But you're not specific enough, and instead of the $10,000 magically appearing, your parents get in a car wreck and die. And in their insurance to you, or their will to you, is that you get the $10,000. But guess what? You weren't specific enough for the monkey's paw to be like, I want the $10,000 from my work for a bonus or something else like that. You're just, I want $10,000 now. And then, something bad happened. That's kind of how like witchcraft is. It's like the monkey's paw. You have to be specific. And I know I said about the lottery, oh, you can't be specific enough to be like, I want this % chance. Like I said, backfire. Backfire is real, and the universe will do what the fuck it wants for you. It doesn't mean it can be in your favor. It can be in even someone else's favor. You could be doing a spell, and it backfires, and then someone else could get the reward for it, for the backfire. Or you do a spell on like prosperity, it could backfire, and someone else in your family or your friend or your coworker, like a raise or something, backfires onto them and they would get the reward. Sometimes that doesn't work like that. It just depends. Like I said in the beginning, it's not hard to find. You can't really pinpoint it down. The universe will do what the fuck it wants it to do. You shouldn't leave holes open for potential backfire. So you do have to be kind of specific, but not too specific. And I know that's very confusing, but as you keep doing witchcraft, you will learn how specific you can get and how specific you should not get in certain situations. And personally, for me, I only do spells when I need something, or when I feel like it is justified. Like money spells and curses, health spells, and other things like that. And sometimes I even go to Hecate about some of the stuff, like for health and protection and all that stuff, and I give her offerings. Witchcraft is a flow of energy. Everything is energy. The sun, the moon, the stars, the universe. You are magic. You hold the power to change your life for the better. Whether that is cursing your abuser, whether that is enchanting your jewelry to bring you luck, or making a money bowl to help you get money for that car you want. But with everything being magic, not everything is magic. So like, not everything is a sign that you have to do magic. Not everything is a sign from the gods. No, it's so hard to know what a sign is, but you have to do it based on how you would take the sign. So like if you're in a tradition, you would go based on that tradition's way of viewing omens / signs to see what the sign is, if it is actually for you, if it's for somebody else, or if it's just something mundane as the apple falling off the tree. Just like Sir Isaac Newton, when the apple fell on his head, he didn't think it was a sign from the god. He was like, oh, is that gravity, I think? Let's do some experiments. So, not everything is magical. And not everything is meant for you. Not everything is meant for you. So if you're going to take that branch off that tree, please make a relationship first with the tree. Bring it offerings every week or every month. Get to know the tree. Get under the tree. Do some poetry. Write something. Draw something. Talk to it. Talk to nature. Please. Talk to plants and trees and animals. Be one in nature. Don't just take it because you think it's pretty. Unless, you just not going to use it for anything magical, which then in case you could possibly take it, but sometimes beauty is meant to be left alone. Like that random berry you find in the forest, and you think, oh, that's cool, and you try and eat it, it could be poison. It could not be poison. You don't know, because you haven't read up on what potentially that berry is. So not everything is for you. And for the last thing, witchcraft is that it doesn't go by our timeline. It will never go by our timeline. Humans base time off of what we think time is. So like right now, my time on my camcorder is like 10:04, 05, 06, 07. It's linear. It's like, this was your starting point, this will be your end point once you're done with the video. That's how humans view time. Nature and witchcraft and spell work and anything magic does not go by that timeline. Even the gods don't go by that timeline. The ancestors, the land spirits, or just spirits in general don't go by a linear timeline. They are watching and listening to us all the time, but they will do it in their time, in what they believe will be the correct time for us. Not everything is meant to happen now, or a week ago to now, or a month from now, or a year, or 10, or 20, or after we're dead. Sometimes spell work can take a really long time to manifest. Sometimes you even have to redo the spell and keep doing it. Some spells require you to redo it every month on like a full moon, or on astrological date, or a ancestor's birthday, or anything. But you also have to keep in mind, you don't have to keep doing it over and over and over and over again every single day, because you want it to happen now. No, you're doing it because you know it will happen. You are doing it because you have faith, because you have trust that it will work. And you have to trust the universe, you have to trust the gods, you have to trust your ancestors in delivering what you are asking for through spells, and through your wards, and through anything else. And then again, you don't have to go to your ancestors, or go to your gods, or go to any other spirit, be like, please, I need this right now. No, like I said, atheists even can do spell work. So you can do it like in your mind, you can use your own energy, you can use the earth's energy and be like, I need help with this. Please lend me your energy and help me make this happen. I think that's all for today. I really had fun. It's actually kind of interesting how I'm looking at a camera and being like, oh, these are going to be people watching this. I feel like I'm not as articulate as a lot of people are. What time is it? 4:28. Oh, my husband's almost home, and I'm purposely doing it before he gets home, so I am actually louder and not quiet as a mouse, because I don't like him hearing me, because I am very shy and very introverted, and I don't like to speak loudly if I know someone's listening in on me. So But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye! I think one of them actually happened because a kid started it or something. I can't remember. Wow. Look how educated I am when I'm on the camcorder. But we eat old babies. We eat old babies. No. And I also just want to say that my definition of witchcraft. Sorry, I heard a bark. Very strange. It's only 3:41. It's not even 4 o'clock yet, so I'm not entirely sure what was barking. Hello, my lovelies. Hello, my lovelies. Hello, my witchlings. Hello, my witchlings. Hello, my little witchlings. Hello, my little witchlings. No. Hello, my witchlings. Hello, my witchlings. Hey, Tom. You want to say hi to the camera, too? Say hi. Tom, look, say hi. There you go, buddy.